All right, so click on the sandbox. Okay, so I'm gonna add qua at codeschool.vn to the list here. So for now, you can only add 5 emails. If you want to add more, you have to delete it. Okay, and let's go with this. You can I will show you a tool here. It's free. That's called yopmail.com. Basically, it's a free mailbox. You don't have to create an account here. Just for example, if you want to take a test yopmail.com, you can check the inbox. Right, and now I receive a bunch of spams. So here's the email address, quad@yopmail.com. So you can check out what you want. Put it here. Save recipient.
So it's just like a free disposable email. So
Yes, it's
untraceable accounts.
Yes. Right. So what Melgan does is it sends a confirmation email to this inbox. So you have to go inside it, confirm it, agree. Okay. Yes. Fine. Okay. Now you can close. All right. Let's start sending some emails. So here's a quick guide. Right now we're gonna test with curve, and then later on we will use it in Node.js. Okay. If you work with the other languages, you can click on the navbar here to choose. So right now I'm gonna send some email. You're not receiving?
Oh wait. So we get this through like an email, right? Then what else?
When you save a recipient, I'm gonna close entry.
There we go.
When you hit the button save the recipient, you
I agree. I can go 4.
oh my god, no way.
I keep getting that. I don't. It must be an error from them. Every time I click, I say
Everybody's fine.
why? I don't know why it's
It's not them for sure, man.
Wait, is it you who have problem with the MongoDB connection last
I
time?
could have that as always. Always. It's a problem.
Maybe your computer, Mark.
I just restarted it. It's free. It says, so I click I agree. There's 4. What the fuck?
Use another email.
But I use it on my Gmail account. It's still doing it. Can I see the way?
All right, just use mine then. Oh my god, you cannot.
Just can when you click I accept, can you show?
Okay,
send me
I'm
the
gonna
full-
add one more. Okay, I'm gonna add
Because
one
I
more.
think the link for some reason is breaking on my.
Okay, I'm gonna use mark at yopmail.com.
Yeah.
Save it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna check mark. Wow. There we go.
Alright.
So this is mine. I'm not sure we have 2 emails here.
The first one is from me. So it actually goes click on the second one.
You want this?
That one, yeah. And then click I agree.
Melgan account NA.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
That's gonna throw some errors. That's looks suspicious. See?
Oh, because it's putting NA in the URL, so it's getting confused.
So it's
I
personal.
know what.
Okay, I'm gonna.
How do I change that?
Because after you get the verified.
After that,
Yeah.
go to the email documentations. Click on the. I don't know. There's a green button. There's a green button in the middle of the screen. It will take you to this documentation. I'm going to copy it and paste this to you
Because I don't have that button.
on Discord, guys. Discord.
Okay, sorry about that. I'll make sure that
Okay.
this is correct.
We're gonna test with curve first. So I'm gonna paste this on my notepad or something. Okay. So we're gonna send to this email. Not yes.
Cool. Works.
Okay, nice.
What's the name?
So here you need the API key, right? That's one variable. Your domain name is another variable, and from whoever you want, maybe your real email address, the one you register with this Mailgun account. And then 2 is the recipient. And these you can add more recipient like this. Just press down like this. You can add as many as you want. And then subject is gonna be the title, text, or you can send a HTML file. That's fine. So let's copy and paste one by one. So the API key. Oh, you can actually click on this and click curve. Your API key will be here. Paste it, or you can paste here anyway.
Oh, you can edit on the website.
Yeah, so do it directly on the editor here. Alright, here's the problem. The domain name is gonna be this one, not the whole URL. It's gonna be this one only. Start from sandbox and paste here. Okay. Don't forget the message at the end. The slash message is very important. Okay. Basically, this is a RESTful API, right? It's a RESTful API. It looks very similar to what we have done. Okay, from
Where do you get the domain from?
here. Okay. And from you have the name. I'm gonna say from Code School and no. So this has to be your real email address or the one you register with Mailgun. 2, you can send it to khoa@yopmail.com.
Sorry, that Gmail account is the Gmail account that is you
That-
registered with, right?
with the Mailgun. Okay, so let me copy and paste this to my terminal. Okay, hit enter. You will see some response, which is fine, right? When they say quit, it means like because it's a free service, you have to quit.
Okay.
It's not gonna send the email direct immediately.
And on the terminal, we should run it in a specific folder, or it can just be
Anywhere.
anywhere.
It can be anywhere. Okay. Right. Do you have this, Dijon?
Yeah, I got this, but where did you put the syntax on
Terminal.
terminal?
Just pay it anywhere.
Oh,
Okay, now if I check my email address, Yopmail, khoa Yopmail. Change this one to khoa. Okay, I don't receive any email. God.
Domain name. It's mine.
Gonna take a while. Let's see. Man. If you want to make sure that the email is sent or quit correctly, check the logged here.
Sorry, the domain name is the sandbox. What, right?
Yeah. Here. So delivery status message, okay.
mine says enter host password for user.
Password?
Enter host password for user. And they can.
That's so weird. Alright, let me see your terminal.
So now I'm going to receive emails from these guys.
Yeah, so hey, here we go. I got it.
Should I move out of
It's okay for now, but next time buy your own.
Doesn't matter, you owe me. I can buy it.
What do you mean all the money I
Okay,
use?
so-
Consumer app install Chrome.
Domain name is going to be the email you just received.
Forbidden.
Not again.
Wait, because sudo.
Yeah. You have a message. Go to your email, the living room. Please activate it.
Oh my.
Did you activate your account?
How?
Did you send it to the inbox?
I sent it to my Gmail.
Thôi là đừng nói
I think I've already
Huh? Anyway, I'm gonna send you my email.
Okay.
It's a custom domain, so you can send it to me. Yeah.
You got it?
No, it's forbidden.
Did yours work?
We have a gắn cái key vô test. I didn't have
But
này cái này.
No, you have to click on.
I was in a different part of the website.
Những cái domain này là từ đây.
On the API, in the middle there's this voice API and just click
I see.
and just edit copy and paste it there.
Thì không đăng ký được đó, mình biết em lên. Anh chỉ đăng ký thì mình sẽ
No, when I
Nhưng mà không được lên, nó bắt em chờ ngày nữa để đăng ký lên. Em bị ngược lại với mọi người.
Tại vì hai anh có system để
Ok, là không biết sao.
Do you have to leave the messages in?
You can then change the text. So basically what you change.
No, I'm saying a / messages.
So I'm gonna show you again. Did I go too fast? Okay, I'm gonna show you again. It's bigger.
Sorry, what's the mod?
I'm gonna send the email again. So this time I'm gonna give you my API key so you can send email. You don't have to add recipient. Okay. So let me go to my domain.
Okay, well, I press enter and nothing happened. I pressed enter and nothing happened, so I guess it worked.
No. You should see a response.
The response.
Yeah. Alright, so oh wait. What the hell? It's so different. Look at it. It's a free domain. You have a bunch of navigators here, but when I switch to my where are they? Where are they?
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna click on this. Hang on, guys. Let me find my key.
You good, bro?
Message 2. Parameters unvalid.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yesterday,
Alright, so here's my key you guys can use for today. Okay. Done. And right. Domains.
You have a picture?
Email documentations.
Do you want to? What else?
Okay. I'm gonna do it again. This time I'm gonna use my own domain. So here's the key. Paste. Key. Domain name has to be different. So this time we're gonna use my domain name, and it's mg.com. mg.com. Okay.
Are you sending it to your own email address as well?
Yeah, I got it in both.
You can send it to anywhere. For example, for Ymail.
You need to send you need to verify your email before sending.
No, I need to look at the code again. I'm making this.
So I'm gonna send this code to Discord. There we go. So this is my key, right? And if you want to use my key, you need to use my domain name, mg.com, and the email address. So for now, let's use this, and then you can go home and create your own account. Okay, now I expect to receive another email. Check again. It's a spam. Right, testing. Okay, so that's work. So how do you do it in Node.js? It's very similar. Click on Node.js. Okay. So that's for Node.js.
I don't know.
What happened?
Well, I mean, I'll try to use yours.
Okay. Did you copy exactly the same thing?
I'm going to try yours now.
You need to change the email address.
Of course.
Of course. Okay. Works. I thought this was gonna be easy. Alright. I'm gonna test it with our applications, Node.js application. What you have to do is you need to define those constant mailgun key or API equal to this one. Paste mailgun domain equal to mc dot. Okay.
Okay, work from yours.
Em đâu cần biết được cái gì để mà con hả?
Size 8 của anh nè,
Gì đó.
size 8 cái key của anh nè,
Em đâu có biết được cái app đó đâu.
thì cứ size 8 cái này đi,
Cái mail lên đó em không biết được mail
thì size 8 cái này.
là biết có cái dán rồi.
Yes. Did you send it?
It worked when I used
Mine?
your code, but for mine it says 2 parameters, not a valid address.
Not a valid address.
So, I don't know, it looks the same as yours. I don't know why.
Alright, okay. Make sure you have these two constant. Oh no, I'm talking to them. Okay.
So this is from mine.
Okay, two parameter is not a valid address. Two mark dot mail. I think there should be a space in.
You old, you're getting really old.
So it says space there.
Oh, you should have the this escape character.
Yeah, but that. No, it's not complicated.
This character is very special.
Yeah. So it's here.
You see the space?
I'm probably using that space. Yeah.
Alright, so now we have the two constant. So now you can test. For example, you can. So what I'm doing next is I'm gonna create an endpoint, and then you call the endpoint. It's gonna send an email to my email address. Okay, just for testing, nothing else. Okay, here I'm gonna create, for example, an endpoint send email, send test email. Okay, what we do here, we're gonna follow the documentation. Okay, I'm gonna paste it down here just for testing. So what we need is we need the API key, we need domain name, we need to install Mailgun as well. So let's do it. npm install Mailgun.js. 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 Okay. Hit enter. Ta-da!
Okay.
Yeah.
Just install it first. Install the package first. Mailgun.js. Done. Good. Delete this. So this the handler that we're gonna use. Okay, I'm gonna const API key
So it's
equal to
Mail and
mailgun -js. Mailgun.
Buổi tối đây gì?
What? What?
No, the record was sounding weird.
Okay.
Is it the airport or the wind outside?
Uh,
I think there are some outside.
key. So this is gonna be domain. Right.
We can find that
Okay.
where did you find that code?
I found it in the documentation.
Yeah, I find it fast.
You have to be a whack. Right. Okay. So how did it go to this? How did it get this web page? Right. Here. Actually, on Discord. There's a link on Discord.
But I'm there and
Okay. Okay. Step by step. Go to Discord. Click on this. Ta-da. Okay. Click on Node.js. If you want to work with Ruby or Python or Golang, you can select that. It's very clear here. Oh, God, I love this language. Okay, Node.js.
I need to put that code.
Yeah, so we're gonna use this code. The most important thing here is this line is to import Melgan, and then this is the data that we're gonna send, and here's the function to send it. Okay.
Sorry, did you create a new JS folder or did you include this in the app.js?
For now, we are just testing it, so I'm gonna create an endpoint in user anywhere. It could be anywhere, right?
Alright, okay, then I'll just watch it then.
Yeah, just watch. So it's gonna be localhost 5000, and then API, and then users, and then send test email, right? It's gonna be a GET request. Okay. Just watch it. Okay. So we import Melgan, and then we can create a data, const data equal to. Oops. Maybe just copy and paste the whole thing. Okay. So this is what we're gonna send from Catalina with love. Who? 2. All right. For 2, you can send to a list of recipients or just one. So it could be an array. For example, for gmail.com. No, there's no setting. Go to school.vn, and then Hotmail. And for example, Mark. Hotmail.com. So it's an array. Subject will be hello, text will be something. And then we run this command, this function to send it. Okay. Right, there we go. And I'm gonna send response.send. Okay. Right, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna npm run dev. Okay, everything is fine. Ouch. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna open my Postman. Actually, you don't need Postman. Just send an endpoint, a GET request to this server. Token as found. Which token? Oops, sorry. This token. Right, you see, okay, which means everything is fine. Now you can check your inbox. Mark, check yours. And this is gonna be mine. Catalina with love. Here. So there's a difference between free email and a custom email. Using a custom is alright. Like the email is sent right away, right?
Catalina with love. Yes.
Yes. Okay, Catalina with love. Okay, so that's how we send email in Node.js. Next is that we need to make this one a variable and the list of recipients to be a variable as well. Also, subject has to be dynamic if you want, and the text, if you want it to be customized to the recipient, you can make it a variable as well or a function. For example, I'm gonna define a function. Body equal to name, return hello name. Right, so here I'm gonna send body. Oh no, not body, content. Let's put the content here. For example, khóa. So I will receive an email, hello khóa. So let's test it. How do we send it again? Okay, done. Check my email address. Is it this one? Wait. Is that correct? Content is a function and take in a parameter khóa, then khóa here. I expect to see khóa here, which I don't. Oh, there. Actually, yes. Hello khóa. That works, right? So sometimes we want the body, the content to be dynamic. Let's think about email marketing, right? Marketing people want to send the dynamic content. So that's how we make it dynamic. Same thing for title or subject. Here you can also send an HTML, not just a text. You can send an HTML like this. Change this field to HTML, and then here you can do something like this. B stands for bold. Hello. For example, I'm gonna send again. Done. Check your email. Maybe not this. I don't receive it 1 minute ago. Not this one. Refresh. There we go. So it's in bold, right? So that's how we send an HTML. So what we can send here is we can send HTML, CSS. We cannot send JavaScript. Email service doesn't allow you to send JavaScript, remember?
Not for safety.
Yes. So using JavaScript, you can actually get some credential, right?
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to send JavaScript.
You can use handbar to send.
Yeah, you can send JavaScript hidden under something.
No, you cannot.
Sure.
The script doesn't execute.
Right.
Yeah, so you can send a whole thing like this.
What about PHP? Can you not put something through it?
No, the server doesn't allow you to run scripts. Just that's it. Yeah. So you can, for example, I'm gonna create an HTML file .html. Okay, and HTML5. Right, so I can send the whole thing here, but the script here will not be executed. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember on week 2 we create a whole HTML with JavaScript, right? We can have the name, dynamic name, using this syntax, which is very toxic. Right? And here you have a name, for example, hello name, for example. It's very toxic, hard to deal with. And you can do the same thing right here. I'm going to cut everything. I'm going to go here and then paste everything here. Okay. Right, so I'm going to send it now. Let's see what happened. Let's change this one to Catalina. Okay. refresh, nothing wrong. Whew. Now you can check. Oh, there you go. Actually, this is the whole HTML. Right. You can include some CSS in there. You can include a template. Right, that's for sending email. Do you have any question? It's very simple. Yeah, actually, it's very simple. The hard part is like you need to create an account that works. That works. And the problem we had was that for SendGrid, they have a mechanism to prevent some spam, so that that's why you guys cannot create account at the same time. Okay, same thing for Melbourne. So my suggestion is go home and try to create account at home. For now, you can use my API key. That's fine. You can there's a limit though. For example, I don't know the limit. I have to upgrade it. Ta-da! So right now I can send like 1,000 email per month, which is good enough for testing. All right. Next, do you have any question? Can you? No question. Code. Yeah, sorry. Which code? Do you want the whole thing here?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think that we all want to send a template, right? No one wants to send a text. Hello. Okay. You can test it. All right, now I'm gonna delete these. Okay, done. Move on. Where am I? So what we're gonna do this afternoon is that we're gonna implement the forget password feature. So the whole flow will be, first, on the front end, the user will go to our website and then click on the forget password button. On the next page, they need to provide email address, which they use to register with our application. So for example, I'm gonna go to tiki.vn. I'm gonna log out. Alright, click on, okay. So here you will see, if you forget your password, click here. So now you need to provide your email address, like this, right? What happens when you click send, gửi?
Well, first it checks if that email address is valid.
Yeah. And then?
And then it sends you an email.
And then they will send an email to that email address. For what? What should be in that email?
Or send you a verification link, possibly, or your password.
Actually, the whole thing is just to make sure that email is yours.
Yeah.
Right? The purpose is to make sure that you're the owner of this email. Right? So that's the step one. You need to provide your email address, and then on the back end side, actually this is the front end sent to the back end. And on the back end side, step two, back end side will validate that email address. If that email address exists in the database, we will send an email to that address with a token. Why do we need a token here?
That is yours.
Let's go back to the RESTful API. What's the main, how do you say, the main concept of REST API, the main purpose? Why do we use RESTful API? Yeah, that's one point. The second point, which is very important. So we separate the resource into different routes, right? The second reason is like we want to make it stateless. So here we attach a token here, and in that token we will have the user ID. So based on the user ID, we can reset, update the password for that user, so that the server doesn't have to memorize anything. Right, using this token, it's a JWT token. So I'm gonna do it here, JWT token. Okay, JWT will be stateless. Inside the token, we will have the ID of the user. We want to reset the password, and then when the user click on the URL inside the email, so he will be redirect to a front end. So right now, let's forget about front end. What the front end does is we collect the new password, and then send the new password together with the token to the backend, and then for backend update password for the user. Okay. So who wants to do the first step?
Em cũng muốn làm cũng hỏi.
Yeah.
Bên phần làm JS mình có thêm cái code bên đó gì mình phải hỏi cho mình mỗi code bên rồi này nó sẽ được.
npm install Mailgun.js as well as define two constant here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can try with the first one.
You can do the first one, right? Thank you. Don't save. Go away. Okay.
Oh, am I going to walk you through?
You want to walk us through?
Or how do you want me to do it on my laptop?
Ủa,
Or you want me to sit there and do it?
No, you speak, I type. You speak, I type. Okay.
Don't be greedy, man.
Sorry.
Okay, so first.
Sorry. So, hang on.
qua là sao anh hỏi chứ anh hỏi em cái anh đóng vậy em chưa làm được cái đó làm rồi.
Okay.
Anh có đổi cái gì bên anh chứ?
Nope.
Ủa vậy sao nó không chạy vậy ta?
Okay. Forget about it. It's just for testing. Let's do it. The real thing now. Tuấn, install this.
Yes.
Okay, done. npm run dev. So let's hear from Mark. Right. First thing first. Give me instructions.
Yeah, first you want to set up a root.
Yes. Where should it be?
I think it should be in the user area.
Okay.
So root.get.
Get.
The root can be just call it forget.
Forget.
You're gonna have to validate the email address.
Validate email address.
Oh, not yet, sorry. Yeah, it needs to validate the email address provided.
Like this.
No, validate this, validate. Validate.
What is body here? Here.
Body is yeah.
But will it work?
Should, because the email address will be provided in the body.
Yes.
The body working that email address is in the database.
Did exist? Where it's coming from?
If you go to the validate middleware, validators.js. Basically what it's doing is just checking it, comparing it to the database.
No, where? Where is it? There's nothing that mentioned about database here. No, just checking if it exists in the query, in the body query.
Yeah, I just remember it works.
Okay. Okay, here's my comments. It will not work right here because a GET request, we cannot send anything in the body. Right?
Right.
If you want to check the body, it has to be post, put, part. get request from a memory. You cannot send a body with a get request.
Okay. So then for now, all you're going to be doing is authorizing the user to get rid of the validated thing. But you need to validate the email address that the user sent.
In the database. That should be later.
Later. Okay. So now you just need to authorize. No, but the user's not logged in. So
You don't have to be logged in order to.
yeah. So the root is not there. So just set up the root. That's all.
Okay. So let's remove this.
Yeah.
Or better yet, you can do params. Will it work? I don't know. So forget about all of these. Right.
So for now, just set up the root. Yeah, and you will use a function called user controller dot
User controller dot
forget password.
forget password. Like this. Cool. Now. We're not calling a function right here. We give it a function. There's a big difference.
Why?
You cannot call a function right here.
Alright,
Okay. Right, so now go to user controller, define this handler. Right. Go here. And oh my god, there's a bunch of them. Collapse. Uncollapse. Oh, too many. Wow, it's 300 lines already.
There's no shortcut, no?
There is, yeah, there is.
Google it.
You Google that? Okay. What next? Try cat. Okay.
and your cache just makes error.
I'm gonna copy the whole here, right? And
So now in the try, you need to get.
get
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
get what?
You need to get an email.
Yes, you need to get email from request, right? So here you have it's a get request.
In order to get the email, you need to provide a user ID. The user ID, you need to get a user ID or an email address.
No way. You have no way to get the user ID. You need to get the email address first.
No, you don't.
You need to get the email address first. Use that email to find in your database, and then you get the ID.
So request.
Sorry?
Validate the information that the user is given.
Yeah, if
No,
you
but
want.
It's not giving any. So request an email address.
But it's
Ah.
from front end, no?
So that's from the front end end.
So we need to get an email address.
So it's gonna be something like this. Where we're working on test here, right? Yes. Okay, it's just be inside user. Inside user, I'm gonna create a new request. Okay. Forget password. For example. Okay. So the URL and then slash users. What did I call it? Forget. You have two options. You can use you can send the email as a params, or you can send the email as a query. Which one do you want to use? Query. Okay, so here query is the convention. Query is usually optional. Param is required.
So you would use parameters.
So we should use param instead of query. Okay, and this would be your email, right? So Hua and gmail.com, which I created earlier, and then I'm going to send this one. So here we can get it from params, but before that we need to update this one a little bit. Email, okay, set. Something wrong, blah 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 blah, whatever. Right, so here we go. Console log request dot params dot email. Okay, so I'm gonna send.
Oh no, it's not because you're updating the database. So go back, go to your postman.
Slash user missing API. Sorry.
Oh, is it? No, it's because you.
Missing API here.
No, it's because that test schema function, it clears the current database and it creates a new one.
That's fine. We haven't actually looked at anything in the database, right?
Alright.
Okay. The problem here is 404. 404 here is actually from here, not found. I expect, yeah, because I'm missing the API slash here. It depends on your variable or no environment, so I can go and then update it to API and here as well. Update it. Right, I'm gonna close and I'm gonna send again. Alright, can you guess why I have this problem? I forgot to respond in my user controller. I forgot to respond here. This, right? Okay. And I'm gonna send again. Right? So here the console log, I actually received it. Next step, you need to query from the database. Get user doc from database. Nope. Okay. By using const user equal to await user.file by email. Do I have that method? No. File 1 email will be so I'm gonna const email equal to, there we go.
Why using body as a parameter?
Oh, sorry, that's auto suggestion. Okay, and then you got that. Next is
If user.
create a token, a JWT token. Oh yeah, check if user. If there's no user, we return something or this one.
Yeah.
I'm lazy, so I'm gonna copy and paste user not found, and you should not return user not found. Maybe you something like you will receive an email within 15 minutes if we can find, like, if you actually register with us. You should not expose the information that there's no setting in such account in our database. Usually when you forget password, you will see that message, right? So you will receive an email. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, I'm very bad with that. Okay, next. If we have a user, what do we do next? Yeah, we generate a token, a JWT. So this token will include the ID, the user ID. Okay. And then we send email with the token to user email. Okay. Whew. So how do we generate a JWT token?
Use the JWT token library.
Call token equal to JWT.size. The first argument will be the payload. ID will be user dot underscore ID, right? The second option will be secret key. Yeah, could be. There we go. Next. Usually, you will have an option like within 15 minutes. If you don't click on that link, it will be invalid. So this token only exists like survive in 15 minutes. So you have another option, and expire in something, right? 15, like this. Okay. Then we're gonna send the email. Okay, cons. You can create a function just to send an email, or you can do everything inside this handler. So I'm gonna do everything here so that it's become more clear. API key equal to process dot Melgan. I don't remember API. Yes. Cons domain Melgan domain. Okay. Then you send it, but you also need to import and run Melgan. You can do you can require out here. And then you need to config. I forgot how to do it. Go to the documentation. Here we go. Just call the function. This is calling a function, and then you pass in the arguments. Okay. And alright. Anyway, copy and do it here. Here we go. Change this one to API key. For constant, you should name it with capital, in capital. Okay, now you can do it. Const body equal to, I'm going to copy and paste, const data. You want to send from where? Khóa. You can name anything you want. Maybe .com to to where?
The
Arrow.
email.
Em phải làm cho cái arrow rất đẹp.
To the user.
Sorry.
User dot
Dot.
no, this I don't know if it's body or param or
It could be anything. It could be this email, or it could be the user.email. Both are fine. Okay. Subject will be reset password confirmation or something, right? And the body. So right now we can go with text. That's fine, or you can go with a HTML. What should be in here? Click here to reset password, right? And in here, a tag, and it could be href here, right? What should be here? Oh my god! It could be something like this: HTTP.
user the URL.
Localhost or something like that, right? It could be anything. For example, localhost 5000, and then, well, you can name it email. Actually, this can be anything as long as you have a token. As long as you have a token, and this you should have a token. And where do you get a token? Here. Okay. Right. Let's test it. My God. And then you send OK. You have to send it using this syntax. Okay. Right. Okay, but now if you actually send something, the system, the application cannot find any account. So I have to register first. Go to Postman, register an account. Why is Mia here? Khóa. So you should use the real email address, right? Not Khóa. Okay. Okay. There you go. I register an account. So now I want to forget password, and I need to provide my email address. Okay. Yep. I expected con JWT equal. Here we go. Again. Okay. You should not use okay here in production. Okay, but I expect to receive an email with the token. Thông báo nghi lễ, sorry, not this one. Okay. Not this one. Refresh. It should be in spam. No. Check my terminal. From parameter is not a valid address. Alright. Something wrong. Actually, something wrong. If there's something wrong, you can say next here, and then pass in the error if you want, or the body. But actually, there's something wrong here. It say that the parameter from is not a valid address. So this is not a valid address. Oh my god. What is this? I'm gonna, and the name is not correct. Okay, I'm gonna send again. Okay, this error I expect you guys to run into a lot. It means that I try to respond multiple times, right? Multiple times. First time here, so I need to return next here. Okay. So actually the email is sent. Check your email address, email box. No, my god, please. Okay, one full stack engineer, I know. It could take a couple of minutes. Anyway, email actually sent to my address. How do I check? You can check it from the log. Logs here. Okay. It's not sent yet. You don't see it started. Okay. What is this? Someone tested my API key. Okay. So for some reason it's not it's accepted, the request is accepted, but it's not sent. You have only one way. Wait for it to be delivered. Okay, done. Okay, now you can check your inbox. Okay. Here we go. Right. And it's a spam. Don't worry about it. You can click on here to, so here you actually see the token, right? So I'm gonna copy this link. We don't have the front end yet, so we're gonna use the token only. So here the token, we're gonna copy the whole token. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is to step 3. This step. Okay. So we need to verify the token and then update the password. Right. That's a lot. Can you guys do the first step right now? It's just one handler, right? What we do is like we collect the email, check if that email exists in our database, and then send the email with a token. That's it. I missed one step here. We need to validate the email address here. If there is no email, you return next. New error. Email is required. Right? Something like that. Actually, if there's no email, it will not go into this endpoint anyway. Right. So do you have any question about the flow or the code? You have 10 minutes to complete this. Right? 10 minutes? Cool? No copy and paste. No. We already have, we learned all of this, right? You also have the code here. We just connecting pieces together. Right. So here you can use a validator to make sure this is a email instead of checking this. Okay. Actually, this is not.
Cái token sẽ nằm trong Catalina. Sau khi mình cái email nó xong rất nhiều cái link á, thì user sẽ có được cái Catalina đó để mình nhét vô trong cái authenticator, coi như là đăng nhập cho nó.
No. Bên frontend nó sẽ có một bước nữa. Nó sẽ có một cái form để mình điền password.
Ủa anh, nhưng mà bây giờ thường đó là cái token mà gửi về gửi email á, cái token đó có expire đúng không anh? Còn cái này mình gửi cái token này là cái token gốc luôn.
Không, token nó expire 15 phút. Lát mình sẽ check ra bước sau mình sẽ check. Okay. Is it sure? It's fine. Right, so the flow here, we get the email, right? We make sure the email exists in our database by finding a user with that email. If there is no user, we can throw an error, or to be more secure, just say you receive an email in your registered email address. Right? In fact, they will never receive an email, right? And then you create a token. Inside that token, you include the ID. So let me show you. jwt.io, and then I'm gonna copy the token here. I put it in the encoded. You see the ID. This is my ID. Let's test it in MongoDB. Social block test user. Why do we have so many users?
Creates 10 users.
Probably from the test schema.
Okay, so here's the ID, EEOP, right? And the next step, we're going to use ID to update the password later. So here's the code. Create a token. It's very similar to when you log in. This token here, and then the whole thing here just to send email. Right. The whole block here just send email. The body you can, how do we say? You can use a template here. As long as you have this URL, this link, together with the token. Okay. And when a user click on that link, there's one more step on the front end, but we're not going to do the front end right now, so we're going to skip that step. Then we're going to do step 3 later. So what we've done here is step 1 and step 2. So basically, when the user click on that link, it will redirect the user to a front-end page, and in that page you have a form. So for example, I'm gonna create an account. Click here.
some of the email when they come back, they actually no page, so they actually code the HTML CSS for that reply, right? But sometimes like we receive the email.
Oh yeah, that's the whole template.
They put the whole template.
Yeah, HTML, CSS. So you can do it the same thing that, in here. So it's actually a HTML format. Okay. All right. So I click on. So here the text here say the email was sent to your mailbox. It does. If I provide a bullshit email, it still says so. So now I go to my inbox. Not this one. This one. So it's from Tiki, and they actually send you a link. It's very similar to what we have done, right? So it is actually the front end link instead of back end. Front end. Inside the front end, they have the token, right? And in this token, there are two ways to deal with this token. It could be a hash string, and the hash could be stored in a database, or it could be a JWT. You don't have to store anything. Click on that, it will take you to a web page, a front end web page, and you have to provide a new password. Okay. I'm not gonna reset my password. I don't remember.
So,
Okay.
So from here, the back end gonna receive your new password, the new confirmed password, and the param up there to.
Yeah, only when you hit submit here.
So when click, it's gonna take the param.
It will take this one. It will get this one and send the token together with the new password to the backend side. Here, that's step 3.
Can I check your ENV? Oh, it's just domain. Domain is the sandbox.
No, I use my own domain, so I put my domain here.
So, okay.
If you create your own account or use your own domain, you can put your own domain here, sandbox or something. Okay. Wow, it's pretty long. I'm gonna send the code here.
Can I see your user API latest?
So long.
User API.
So next step, I'm gonna send a GET request. So for sending email, you can, for example, when you purchase something, you can send a confirmation of the bills or the transaction summaries or something like that. Or when you book a ticket, you can send the ticket code in that email as well. Or if you want to make your app more realistic, when you create an account, you should have one more step to activate that account using email. I would say this one's going to be your front end.
Sorry, in your roots you put the email, right?
in the root.
Yeah.
Which root? Here.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Proceeding control.
Cái này hả? Có cái này không ạ? Đây nè. Đây nè. Mình gửi có một chỗ đó thôi mà.
Ai kêu gì không?
Ủa, anh hỏi gì kìa, có tự nhiên hỏi cái mọi người gặp nhau đi.
Nếu mà người viết thì có flash không? Được không? JWT. Default JWT. Có cái tool nhưng mà tự động thấy nó phải vậy.
Em sẽ phải
Có tool đó luôn. Anh phải tự custom á. Anh để em shift enter thì nó tự hình chống phải xuống dòng mà xuống dòng, còn anh đè nhẹ enter là xuống dòng em chống phải. Anh phải cài cái tool riêng.
Ủa có JS link luôn.
Nó có mấy cái nó xài cái link, anh ghét đó. Tại vì làm bên Python á, nhiều khi mình muốn có tool dưới á. Nếu mình xài cái link nó bấm cái tự động đó, nó đẩy cái bộ mình cũng có lỗi.
Như vậy nhưng nên phải chuyển lại cho JS không cho phải.
Phải chuyển mạnh lượng quá bỏ cái USD. Tại USD nó có quy định là mỗi dòng chỉ tầm 5-80 kg thôi, không có lưu yếu nữa. Nên quá đó là nó qua liên tục.
Có que là nó tự sửa luôn.
Còn que là tự sửa, anh hỏi nó chế độ đi.
Vì cái là tại vì có người ta có format khác ấy, nó tự cấp file cái mình thấy được
Bực mình đó.
tự cấp file của mình. Nhưng mà cái đó thì nó tự sửa xong thì bắt đầu mình save lại nó lại tự sửa.
Mày không có phải được.
Anh đã có nội dung trong phần index không? Vì khó để vô không? Không
Nó
có.
là cái chọn user. Xóa về cái dòng mốt xuống nó xài test này. Rồi thêm cái qua thêm cái qua nào.
So the JWT is required from
Yes. If you don't remember, you can go to the log or you can go to this. Have you done this? Have you done that?
Referring to customer? Should I
You should have.
do the referring to customer?
Yeah, you should have this one first. The controller, forget password. You can copy and paste. It's in the Discord.
Oh, I did. We just
This you can delete this just for testing. It's not
Oh, 그거를 이렇게?
There's something wrong here. You have two controllers in the same. What is that? Look at that. Look at this. Forget password and you same password.
Oh, different. Okay.
And we don't have that.
Yeah.
And like this. That's why I made it.
So all we have to do is just do this
You
one.
have anything?
Ủa cái này là sao nữa đấy? Nghĩa là thêm mảng bóng rồi nó nhẹ nhàng như vậy á,
You can test it.
Oh.
That's the password.
cái này là sao nữa?
Xong rồi á,
Ủa?
trong cái anh có mail của mọi người ấy nói là trong cái
Ừ.
password trong cái code vô á, cái bạn nó gọi nó
Bất kỳ cái điện thoại nào cũng có cái số mốc này hết trơn nha. Cái số này số Zero L nào. Ok. Nó cái chữ user nó gì rồi. User base. Nó là một cái password chúng mình sẽ là một cái gì. Em chưa có reset nào. Check email nữa. Đây copy xì luôn ạ.
Email là email gì á?
email là email của em rồi,
Trời ơi, quỷ thằng ơi.
email là tạo giả trong cái kia.
Xài người đi. Đã không biết password một tuần, xài người giả làm sao mà không ghét được.
Ví dụ như mình chưa đăng ký thì sao?
Thì cái sau đó là mình báo cho em cái sự luôn. Em đăng ký là phải. Đăng ký là phải là đi vô
Vô đây đúng không?
rồi nó sẽ là đăng ký. Bây giờ vào sàn mọi người đi. Sàn mọi người đi sàn best.
Dạ, xong bạn để xong bạn để đúng không?
Là phải hiểu nha. Như là như vậy. Sao lại như thế nhá? Sàn.
Ủa? Cái spot không phải. Cái spot không phải.
Thì phải vô thì nó là thế. Ui, nó vô rồi xỉ tiền đó vô sao?
Thế xong rồi xong rồi vô cái password.
Đó, tới kia đúng không?
Bị gì đâu.
Này là đồ thì
Ừ, rồi vô cũng có số nhà đi nghe tiền chưa nó sẽ là cái gì
Anh tên chưa?
Tên gì?
Anh tên thì trong đó là
Ủa sao anh nên
em biết tự cái email của anh luôn á.
Ủa không chỉ cái email của anh nữa luôn.
Ủa sao từ email của anh qua email của anh không liên quan gì
em
đến
thấy chữ qua không? Nó qua cái ng là nó không có cái bởi vì đây vụ này cũng là cái fish. Em cứ nghĩ là ở tiếp từ gmail.com đúng không? Rồi sẽ không phải nó lại không mà
Bị gì? Em không biết bị gì.
em kêu điện thoại trong sàn cái password đó chứ không cái password này
À. Vậy xử lý ở đâu?
này nè, trong đây cái thôi.
spelling sai
No.
you just send us this.
So yeah, it's put on the.
Ủa? You are not found. Your name is
Mà lên này có cái tên chữ boss này đó.
Then have to put this on here.
Nhưng sao hai?
So if I come this one out,
rồi có cái lỗi thì không thấy nha
Em tạo ra này rồi
Gì đây email khác rồi.
ủa đây đều đi quen bác phone
We have one too many slash. So you have two options. Aspect you want. That's not true. You struggle is that with the user slash your show is that
Well, I need to delete, right?
Yeah.
So edit.
Okay. Go to the top of the file and import. That file is actually from the
lời
No.
So I just have here the graph. Where should I add here? Here.
Ủa? À.
Có gì đâu rồi.
This is slash API.
Usually I just do like this.
Nhạc nó gần rồi.
Here you want to start if we have a class right here, but it's not big.
Mấy cái đèo đi ra nó lên. Thôi về đó thì không đi. Để tính thử là tôi biết. Mà nghe hai đi chạy thôi. Đi chạy thôi. Không đi chậm thì chậm mà biết thôi. Không có đi trên cái đèo như thế nào.
What's the difference between
Initial
Anh sợ nữa.
Okay, so
sometimes just
Mà nó biết rõ thì người ta lại chào
every order
chắc là thì đã có
cho nó tay chạy như thôi.
so better if you remove it, but we have
Tiêu là nó cái người nhẹ không phải là cô người giống như là trong mùa thì nó
You will apply to every.
yeah, then go back here and start again.
số mà trong may mặt này nó lem lan mà đỏ thì sẽ được gấp cho nó
And the other one is
hồi nhỏ xíu là nó có gì đó lúc đó là nhỏ
and that's it.
xong người ta quay lại
Start
sợ
here.
tại anh không thích mà anh ăn tiểu anh đi tiểu thì người ta đứng ở ngoài không chịu đi anh cứ đứng nhìn người ta đi không chịu right nó đứng nhìn
But I think on the variable you have to measure the extra stuff.
Doing. Click on the eye.
để
Right
đi
here.
nó cho nó tiểu
We do it.
người ta quay lại rồi
And check the email address. Make sure you have email address box.
No, I got it.
Right, let's go on. Hey, đi lỗi là đi em được qua 2 lần.
When should I put the 8, 9?
So this one is not variable. Then you are going just very strict on the
No, like people who are like, but I know when I saw the ledger, sometimes people like,
So everything that comes in the
Smoothie. Okay, so it's here. Nếu mà
the one is usually like.
Ủa, cái này nó sơ mà cả ơi. Cơ cấu gì này?
So here the description is API. We use the API to create data. So you have to check if you are
Chỗ này á, if
Decided into like AK, so I should put AK in.
Yeah. Yes.
Ủa sao tại sao vậy anh? Ngày xưa lớn này anh chỉ thấy là mở lên mà nó thấy con chuột này là cái đó là hồi xưa rồi. Mở đèn nha, mở đèn mà nó không có đèn nó xuống luôn. Có một lần mở đèn mà nó
Cái đó là set wheel lên từ
ôi rồi nó đuổi nhắc vô đó là rất là
Okay. Yay! Next step. Go. Okay. Wow, banana. Is everyone done with that? Step 1 and 2. Okay. Do you have any problem with this? No? 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 No one? Okay. So let's move on. Step 3. So the user will click on the URL, and so in Tiki, when you click on the URL here, for example, it will take you to okay, so 15 minutes have passed, and that's why they ask you to send another token, right? Because we have the duration of the token, which is just 15 minutes. Okay. So if 15 minutes pass, you're not allowed the user to change the password using that token again. Or there's another way. So that the reason why Tiki doesn't use JWT because, for example, here let me show you. It's not a JWT token; it's just a hash. So there's a reason why they use this approach, because they want you to only be able to change once. So after you change your password once and you click on this URL again, you cannot change the password. If you use JWT, actually it's a stateless token. You don't store anything in your database, so there's no way to revoke the token. So there's pros and cons. Okay. And so step 3. So we're gonna create an endpoint to receive the token with the new password, to update the password, the user password. So first thing first, I'm gonna create an endpoint for that. Add a new request, reset password. Okay, it's gonna be put or pass, doesn't matter much. And change to let's see. Let's see. So this is going to be our endpoint. Forget password, and you can change this one as well. Doesn't matter. and it's gonna be a put request. Okay. You don't need email at all. Do you need it? It's already the user ID is already in the token, so you don't need this. You just change it to put, forget, or put email, anything. You can add anything you want. For example, put user email, and then you put mean you change the password or password or reset password. Okay, this one. Okay, so reset password, and then we're gonna define a handler called reset password. Go to your user controller, user controller dot reset password. It's an async function. Next. There we go. So try and cat. Oh my god, I hate this. Okay. Then call next. Error. That's it. Right. So here, how do we receive email and password? Token and password.
You'll receive it in the body.
Yeah, we should get from the body. We should get, because we're sending a put request, right? Or pass request. We have the body. So you can do something like this. Token something, and then what is this? New password. You can name, you can call anything like this, or just password. Okay, and I'm going to change it to 1 2 3 4 5 6. So currently it's 1 2 3. I'm going to change it to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and the tokens, right? So on the front end we send the token to the back end. So right now I'm gonna use another token because the previous token is by already. I'm gonna send a new one. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, forget password. Send it. Why is it empty? URL reset API / user / forget and then email, forget and then email. Okay, so in param I will have my email address. Make sure you have the real email. I'm gonna send. Good. I have some error here. I didn't say this one. Okay. Again. Okay. Check my mailbox. Man, it's gonna take a while. So anyway, assume that you have the token. So now you can copy and paste the token. Right? Do you want to do it like that? Right. Assume that you have the token. So now we'll go back to Postman later. Assume that you have token. So how do you get the token from inside the handler? So it's from request body, like this. Or token. The other one will be request body dot something else, right? So let's do something like this. Password. Right. If there's no token or there's no password, we do token and password are required. Okay. Okay. If we have the token and password, what do we have to do next?
You need to update. Well, we need to hash the password and update it in the product.
What about the token? It's just there for show.
Or you store them, as you do with the login. So when you log in, you get a token, so you store them
So we need to verify the token first to make sure this is our token. Okay, verify token. And then if the token is valid, we're gonna set the password. Update password. Okay. All right, let's go. How do we verify token? I'm gonna say payload or something equal to jwt.verify, and the token why is the password process dot env dot jwt secret key. That's it.
What is that? What is the
Why is that? So if the you can call it payload, or you can call it match, or you can call it verification or something. So if it doesn't, if the token is not valid, it's gonna throw false here, or no or something. I don't really remember.
You cannot pass the password as such. You need to do the process and you cannot pass the password instead of the whole thing.
You need to make sure the token is ours, right? If we don't verify the token, so anyone can update their password. We don't allow that. We need to make sure that the token is our, because the token is from the email. Okay, so if the token is correct, we then update the password using which user. So the payload we have something like _ID, and this is going to be our user ID. Right. So now we can update the password by using one query, or you can find one and then you update and then you save. Either is fine. So I'm gonna await user dot find by ID and update. Okay. So you want to find with the ID payload dot _ID, and the body you want to update what? Password. Okay. And depends. You may want to return a new user, but I don't think we really need it because we don't respond with the password field anyway. So just that, and then we'll respond user. Con user equal to that, and then respond with user. That's fine. We will go back and change the code a little bit, but for now let's go with this. Alright, let's check my email to make sure I have the token. Okay, so I have the token here. Okay. I'm going to copy the token and put it in my here. Okay, I'm going to send. So here we go. To make sure that password is changed, I can log in again. So that will be okay. So now I want to log in with 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 first. Does it work? Sorry. I think I have one too many here. Okay, wrong password. So I want to use 456 here. Wrong password again. Man, why is that? I don't know where wrong password was coming from.
We need to have
Okay, let's see in our compass. Alright, so here's the box. Here the box. It's not hash. So what we can do is we can use file 1 and then we update and then we save, but that's not really optimized. We can go to our model, the user model, and wait, how do we hash the password when we register? Okay, let me see.
I think it was on the user control area.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, so we hash it here. Man, you can do the same thing here, but we duplicate our code. That's fine. Totally fine.
Oh, so you can make that hash process, you can make the function and just call it.
Yeah. Or you can make it as a middleware, a Mongoose middleware. But it's actually more complicated. That's why admin ditch it and make it a very simple step like this. Okay. So we're gonna password equal the original password, and then we hash it. We don't need this. Okay. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna call that again. Not this one. This one. Because I use cons here. Let. Okay, again. Okay, now I can log in with the new password. Yeah, there we go. And if you check your database, the password is not 123456 anymore. Right. Why is 123 here?
That's fake data from, it's not, because you're not going through the register API.
Oh, that's why sometimes you should create a middleware to do that, a Mongoose middleware. Right, do you want to do it now?
Yeah,
Let's do it, right? Okay. So let's open your user model. User model. Okay. Okay, you can add one more method. User schema dot method dot pre. Actually, it's not pre. It's the pre middleware, and then you can call it save function next. Okay, here we go. Alright, again. Alright, so it looks like you forget everything about pre middleware, right? Let's go over it again. Pre save means before you save the data, you do something.
Oh, you're doing the hash now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hash it using the middleware here. There's a reason, because when I look at the data, the dummy data in my database, I don't want this password. Okay, and I don't want to repeat the code again, this part again. So you can. It's a good practice if you have a Mongoose middleware. So what I do here, I'm gonna use this a lot. Again, this again. So this here will be equal to which one? You have three options: query, model, or document. Which one is it? Query, model, or document?
Models.
Anyone else?
This document, this document is going to apply to each and every single document.
The answer is correct, but explanation is wrong. It's a document middleware because Mongoose define it, so there's no way around it. Right.
Close enough.
Close, very close, but yeah. Mongoose asks us to use save because save here, actually what we do is like we use user.save, right? Or document.save. Something like that. We never use capital user.save. We don't know which one we want to save. So it's always a document.save. And that's why I say that this here will refer to the document. Okay, that's how I remember. Right, so we can have this here. I'm gonna say user. So instead of hashing, in the controller, we can hash it in the model. So I'm gonna copy this, put it here, and we can have this dot password, this dot password, and then connect. But before that, we need to make sure that the password field is updated. So there's something called this. I just forgot. This dot is modify. Then you need to provide the name of the field, password. If this field is modified, you hash it and then you next connect. Okay, that's it. So now you can remove this.
It's quite complicated.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about this anymore in the future. So here you need to import by grip. Cons. Require. Okay, that's it. Something wrong? Yeah, so this one has to be async. Something wrong else. Byte grip is not defined.
It's bcrypt JS, I think. So bcrypt JS.
No, it has to be byte grip. No way else. What? It's a different one. Okay, this is a different library. Right, that's fine. It's okay. Right. So now I can delete this. I don't need to worry about this. I can delete these. User is kind of lost.
So now that middle where it just picks up whenever the password is changed, encrypted.
Yes.
So you don't even have
You're missing one very important part. Whenever you call this function, save.
Yeah.
So here will be a problem. We're not calling that function, right? We update it using just one middleware. So it's going to be another middleware. We need to define another middleware. And this middleware is going to be defined by the end update or by the end delete, right? So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it and change this one to by one, actually. File one and update. Okay. But there's a problem that this here is a middle. It's a how do I say? It's a query. It's a query. It's a query. So you have another way. You still connect this. Everything here is fine. I'm gonna comment out this. If you want to look at the disk, you can log it. Log this here. Okay. Then let's do it here. But the problem is maybe my token is by already. So I need to go back and change something in my code. Change this one to 1 hour, for example. 15 minutes so short. 1 hour. Okay. And then I still sorry, this is login. JWT is by. So 15 minutes has passed, so I need to wait maybe 1 minute to get a new token. Alright, God, we need to wait. Maybe for now I'm just gonna comment out the token part so that we can get past this one. Okay. Comment out this one and then no, we need that token to verify it, so let's just leave it. Okay, I'm so lazy to wait. I can console the token so that I have the token. So I'm gonna console it. Console token. Okay. I'm gonna send request again. Okay, so here's my new token. I'm gonna put a token here. I don't want to wait. Okay, hit send. Okay, so let's take a look at the console. So here's the this object, the query object. It's from here, line 31. Okay, I'm gonna expand it. You have a some very useful props. So this is a query, right? Inside this you have model, you have schema, you have the operations, right? You also have the conditions, and you don't have anything else. So I'm gonna do file 1. You can do something like this. This con user equal to this dot file 1. So basically, it's going to get the default condition go away. So it will get the default condition underscore condition here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's a condition here. Here we go. It will get a default condition here to find the document that you want, and then console user. I'm gonna comment out this line. Then you can send again. So down here you can see the user object. Let's clear everything. Okay. So this is the user. So here we go. This is the user object. Wait. It's not file by AD. User schema. No, not. Here, line 18. This is a query middleware. So this is a document middleware. So as we're getting more advanced, so we try to use this query middleware. Okay, so what I try to construct is I try to construct the user. I don't see it anywhere. Alright, please work. Send. Right, it's gone. Fine. So there's no setting as file by ID and update. It's actually a custom method. So there's only one thing, file 1 and update. Okay, I'm gonna send. So you see the construct here. I didn't have a wait here, that's why it doesn't return a document. All right, so here the user document. Right. So now you can check if user does modify password, and then you can update the user password. Aside. Okay, got it. Right. It's not this. Sorry.
We define the preset and create the password, and when we use the 518, we use we also use set to set the password.
There's an easier way. You can just forget about this if you want. You can all just forget all about this, and you can use something like this. 5.1 file by ID. Sorry. Right, and then so this is a more simpler way. And then you can do user dot password. User dot password equal to password, and then user dot file save, and just respond the user. That's much simpler. But actually there's a problem, and when you get more advanced, you run into that a lot, especially when you have to deal with e-commerce. For example, if you have 10 or 100 users trying to buy the same product at the same time. So using this syntax, this way, you have to get the user from the database and change it in the in Node.js application. That's gonna take a while, right? At least 1 millisecond, at least. So during that 1 millisecond, a lot of things can happen. For example, that guy buy the item, bought the item, then the next guy cannot buy the item because it's out of stock, for example. So basically it's called grace condition. So in real production, you should try to avoid that using this syntax. But here you can do it, it's fine.
Trong cái file ID update á, thì bản chất nó là tìm xong rồi nó lưu lại, thì nó có bị trùng với luôn kia.
Nó có một cái cách nữa mà update trực tiếp luôn, để quên mất tiêu cái syntax rồi.
Nhưng mà nếu mình nếu mình define như vậy là nó bị trùng đúng không? Bị creep hai đúng không?
No. Yeah, we have this. So this condition here to check if this password field is updated, then we change the other hash. If it's untouched, we're gonna skip this logic. Okay. All right, so let's go with this way, guys. It's more easier. it's much easier.
Can we take a break?
Yeah, sure. I feel like. Actually, just one more line, and then we're done. I check this. Yeah, fine. Yep. Okay. You need to check here. If no payload, we stop the execution. Saying token invalid token, something like that. Actually, using verify here, it will throw the error anyway, just to make sure. Okay. It's done. That's done. Sorry for losing you guys here. So basically that's it for getting password.
Can you put this on just GitHub?
Sure.
Sorry, it's not the code confusing in my head, it's just not.
Yeah.
Concentrate.
Do you want to know about Query middleware? I think we went through this. Okay. Forget password. Git push. Git checkout. Planning. Forget password. Alright, I cannot push to admin repo and to ask his permission. Admin add em vô collab chỗ này. Nah, too many already. So basically, this what you're gonna have to do when working in a group, right? So, create adding your friend to as a collapse, creating your own branch, push you to own branch, and then merge pull request, make a pull request. So right now, I didn't haven't added me to the collapse, so that's why collaborators. So, ta-da! Okay. I go to Gmail.
I figured out what was my mongoose.
Mongoose middleware.
No, the reason I've been getting errors is because I've been starting the server and I haven't been stopping it.
Oh.
I've just been closing and then it confuses itself.
You have to press Ctrl C.
Yeah, I do that, but that's actually really hasn't been working because I have to. There's something else wrong there. Because now it's not connecting again. I have to go. Here it is called. Hold it down. I have to change ownership.
I cannot stop the recording.
Were you recording?
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna push it later. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording too much.